Okay, so this is going to be a quick video management team on how we're going to handle the new inventory order board. When you guys log into Trello, on your main screen, you'll be able to see all the boards you've been added to. Let me know if you haven't been added to any that we've been discussing, and I'll add them slowly. You'll go to your inventory boards. Okay, so this is how we've basically set it up. For each location, we have an inventory list. This is Plano, this is Dallas's, this is Garland, this is Arlington's. And as we need to order things, let's say that Joe hasn't needed to order anything, but tonight he needs to order paper. You will add the item that you needed ordered right here. And any details that also need to go into that so that Brandon can complete your order correctly. To add details to that, you're going to click the back of it. And then you can literally right here add Brandon to let him know that you've just created an order so that he can complete that for you. And once you do that, you're also going to make it red, and I'll explain why in just a second. And now we know that Garland needs paper. So we're not going to put things on here until we actually need to order him. I've created some demo items over here, for example, like if, as if Plano needed 4 things or whatever. Then when Brandon goes to place these orders, he is going to do one of 2 things. He can either, as he's ordered the items, pull this card over to the Plano inventory orders invoices. By the way, let me explain this. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. These 4 boards are the inventory lists for each location, and they should show current items that need to be ordered. These 4 lists over here are where we're documenting what has recently been ordered and the order invoices, and we'll talk about those in a second for each individual location. So starting at the beginning, when you need something, you'll add it to your inventory list over here. When you add it to the inventory list, also please add Brandon so that it shows up in his feed as something he needs to handle, and also make it red. Once Brandon places that order, he will drag, like let's say he just placed an order for Plano, he will take everything that he just ordered that's on this list, drag it over to the Plano inventory list to indicate that he's ordered it, and he will change the label to green so that we know that that order is incoming. So he just ordered items A through D here on my example. So he's pulled all these over here. He's changed all of these to green. Sorry, could have done this a little bit less extensively. Just delete this card. Okay. And then what he would do, and this is a demo example up here, let's say he ordered all of these on 10/17, then Brandon's going to go and create a card like the one above that says 10/17. Let's click on his card. When he gets back here, he will also attach the order invoice. Okay. So I created an example one called Pretend Receipt. So he's fulfilled this order, he's attached the order invoice, and at this point, we will add Russ Hudak to this card to let him know that we've got a receipt for him to reconcile. And this will literally be, guys, where we keep all of our receipts so that we don't have to be emailing them back and forth. So you can see, let's just do it like it would do. Brandon would already be on this card, and then he would add Russ Hudak when he adds the receipt so that Russ knows where to find it. Now, let's say, and one of the reasons I wanted us to drag the card is because as you guys are coming up with your inventory ordering system where we're making set orders, I think it will be really helpful for Brandon to be able to see, okay, so I did a Plano order on 10/17, these were the items I ordered, and then when he gets to, Plano order 11/29, whatever, he can add that, and then he can see what he ordered for Plano on 11/29. Now, when you guys need this item again, let's say that you've run out and you need it again, what you can do, instead of having to recreate the details, you can just drag this back over here, and you can change it to red to let us know that that is needed right now. So it kind of gives a visual indicator of what's outstanding. Now, one thing I was going to say, Brandon, if you want this detail later on you don't want them to take this out until you kind of get your inventory system in place, what we could do instead of having them drag it back to the other board is have them instead just copy it. It just creates an identical card. And see, you've got them both right here, and they can drag that one back and change that one to green. And then add you to the new card. I don't care how you guys handle that. I'm thinking probably what will happen is that in the beginning, Brandon will want to keep these cards underneath the order invoice, maybe so he can have an idea of when he's ordered the stuff and when it was done, and then maybe later on we'll delete these and you guys will just drag back and forth the same items. That keeps you from having to put all the detail in. Now, Brandon, when we get to the point where we've got, or anyone actually, if y'all are handling an order that is for multiple locations, we've got a multiple locations order board. And so let's say that you had to order something for Alpha Graphics. Well, when you add that order in here, under the description, you will actually put what the order was for. So in this example, it was for 500 Starbucks promotional cards for Plano and Garland. And then you'll also let Russ know how to split the cost between Garland and Plano. You will add your attachment of your invoice here. We can add our pretend invoice again. And then once that's done, you will add Russ Hudak's so he can see, okay, I've got the invoice here. And for that matter, anybody else that maybe you did that order for me and you need to let me know it's done, you can add me here if you want. Just however we need to use it. So that is pretty much how we're going to use the system. I'll leave some of the demo cards up for a limited time. You'll be able to know their demos because it says demo, and y'all can ignore those as you start to use it, just so because some of them have some detail on the back about what you're supposed to add. But I think it's fairly straightforward. I think it's going to be helpful. As always, I want your feedback, and if we need to change things up as we go along, we can. But I wanted to get this started sooner rather than later. Thanks.